Good morning and welcome to Hawaii Preppers Network 808. Happy Veterans Day to all of our veterans across the nation. We are grateful, appreciative, and thankful for all of the service that you have provided for all of us. Now, the coin show that I did go to yesterday. It was very fun, very interesting, very educational as well. I did manage to pick up a couple coins while there. I did pick up some copper as well as silver. I picked up different copper coins here. So I scooped up what I could find on the Trump coins here, because several of the vendors and dealers, as I asked them, and they told me they sold a lot of it out. So that was really, in a sense, interesting, but expected with the way that things are going. So I did pick up a couple of the copper coins here, and they were $2.50 each. So this is the first 1 ounce copper coins that I have. This is the first time I've bought copper in 1 ounce coins. And a lot of them had nice designs, so I figured I'd pick up a bunch of different designs here. And besides, these are great for gifts. With Christmas coming up, you can't lose here. And so, let's go over them. I'll put this one back there. I got that one. I got a Liberty here, which I thought was really nice. The designs are really nice here. Oop, upside down. Super nice. All of these are actually great for gifts or collectibles. To me, this is like a collectible, a collector's item here. The next one here, the Eagle 2012. They're all 1 ounce coins here. This is perfect for Veterans Day. Yeah, so I also picked up some silver as well. There was one dealer that I spoke with yesterday, and he mentioned that there were a lot of people buying the Trump coins, and the funny part was he said they were all Trump haters. I found that really funny and interesting. And that Trump haters are buying Trump coins. But so were the opposite, those that felt that they liked Trump as well, that bought coins. But he said he got a lot of customers that didn't like Trump, that bought the Trump coins. I really like this one. It's really interesting. It's like a novelty. To me, it's like a novelty. I would like to find one in silver as well as gold, but I have yet to find it. I haven't found it yet. Still looking a bit around. Really like this one here. Second Amendment, 2012, 1789. Really cool coin. And there is the Second Amendment. Let's get this focused a bit here. I don't know if I can focus it. It's coming out blurry. This is pretty cool. If there were more of these, I would have got them, but and there was only one of this particular one. I mean, they had a lot of different designs. They had the astrological signs, the birth date signs, if you're a Libra, Leo, and all of that. I didn't like those. They look nice, but not for me. I more or less went for the patriotic ones, like these here. The eagle and the liberty one as well. And of course, the Trump copper. Really like this design here. Super cool. Then I picked up a couple of the silver Trump coins here. But this is the older version of the coin. Did not find any 2024 here at the show. Probably would be an arm and a leg if I did find it. But still, these are very nice. I really love the design on the reverse side. And it's 1 ounce here. So yeah, I picked up a couple of these as well. You know, I was thinking metals may just be volatile going into 2025. But despite the volatility, doesn't hurt to have some metals just in case. I think it's always prudent to have some cash on hand as well for your everyday expenditures. And so, yeah, if you can stack metals, you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to stack some metals, whether it's gold, silver, platinum, copper. You know, this is another asset to your portfolio here, and it's something that you hold in your hand. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Now also, we know that the swamp is being gutted, literally being gutted now in all areas of the system. And Trump's cabinet is being established with key players. We're watching everything unfold. So hopefully they'll be able to weed out their own party's parasites. You know, the individuals that don't like Trump within the Republican Party, and not give those key positions to the parasites, because they could just ruin everything. that the president-elect is trying to accomplish and implement. We can't have that. And I think we can help to some degree in that area and making our voice heard. And every way around. So you never know. We did it before. We worked in force and voted what we wanted. So we pretty much need to be vigilant every step of the way here and making sure that no swamp thing parasite is within this party now. Although we all know that not everyone in his party agrees with him and or likes him. And there are quite a few of them in there. I won't name names, but I think you all know who these particular parasites really are. And so still we need to keep an eye on things, keep a rest on things, keep an eagle's eye actually on everything. That's still ongoing. It's very interesting to me. I find it very exciting, and it just feels different now. I don't know about you, but everything kind of feels surreal and just totally different. In a sense, you feel like you can breathe a little bit easier, but we never know what will happen and how things will unfold and the things that the president-elect will implement and how it'll affect everyone, the economy, finances, all the way around. We're hearing about the tariffs, and president-elect may slap these tariffs on a whole lot of countries. How is that going to affect everyone? In a sense, it seems like a good thing. But what's the effects of that? The trickling down effects to each and every one of us. It may sound fine and dandy, but there are consequences when it comes to tariffs, as well as sanctions and all of that. But everyone will be affected if tariffs are in place. And so we're going to be affected. To me, I'm thinking we're going to be affected every which way around. Not just our pocketbooks. Everything is going to get even more higher. But even though we know that the prices are already high, it's more than likely going to get even higher. That's why we prepare at all times, in all areas, so that we are in that position to be best prepared as much as we possibly can, every step of the way. It has to be done every step of the way, whether it's financially, your preps, your food storage, just everything, because the tariffs will, I believe, make things harder for a lot of people to afford things, and it's already challenging and difficult for a lot of people now to actually afford things. We have to be, I think you have to be creative. You have to have somewhat of a creative streak and be able to navigate around everything and be your own motivational individual and encouraging yourself, as well as creatively generating extra income despite what the markets are saying, despite what we are seeing, despite job losses, despite low incomes and all of that. If there's a will, there's a way to generate extra income. Just brainstorm. Brainstorm with your friends, with your family, with yourself. That way you can motivate one another, encourage one another to do what it takes. Like they say, there's always opportunity within opportunity. And I really believe that. I strongly believe that. You gotta do what you gotta do. And we've been falling and getting back up and falling and getting back up. That's the story of everyone's lives here. If you want to stay down and just wallow in things, hey, that's your choice. If you decide to do that, that's up to you. But we all have a choice. We all have free will to do everything and anything that we can in our power as much as possible to do what needs to be done. I refuse to fall and just stay down. There's strong will in the people. And so take that will, channel it into something productive, positive, and constructive for yourself as well as your family here. But I just wanted to show you, folks, a few pieces of 1 ounce coins in copper as well as silver. And my thinking is with the Trump coins, these are, to me, I believe the value in these coins are really going to shoot up. I'm not sure when. This is just my humble opinion. I'm not sure when that will occur. But being that this is his second term, he is actually making history. It's historical. This is going to have great historical value, in my mind, is basically what I'm thinking. So you never know. It'll probably be worth a lot more than the silver value. That other historical value may just be tacked on to this. I'm just saying, you never know. I never know. But then too, this is also great gifts for Christmas. And even if you give these away as gifts for Christmas to individuals, and if you don't know if they really like this present or not, it's up to them to do what they want with the coin. They can always trade it in if they don't want. Because I was mentioning that to one of the dealers at the show. And the dealer, he just chuckled. And then a buyer on the side of me said, yeah, but what if you give it, because I was saying, just give it to my nieces and nephews. And the buyer next to me said, well, what if they don't like him and you're giving them one of these coins? And I just told him simply, point blank, who cares? It's the thought that matters. This is a gift. If they decide to trade it in, it's up to them, but I don't care. I'm not attached. I'm not attached to how they feel. And I don't think anybody, should be attached to everybody else's feelings. I mean, it's like, big deal. Who cares? Basically, that's the bottom line. That's how I feel. Who gives a rat's what? It's up to them, because I don't have to live with them. I don't have to live with their behavior. I don't have to live with the way that they think, feel, and or are. I just respect them as my nieces and nephews. They're going to have to deal with themselves and feeling that way, not me. It's on them. It's not on me. Main thing is, I'm just seeing this as gifts, basically. And so it's up to them, whatever they would like to do with this gift. I don't need to know how they feel about them. If they want to tell me how they feel about them, they can tell me all they want. Anybody can tell me how they feel about them, but my response would be, good for you. I don't care. it's it's you that got to deal with you and how you feel that way. It's not me. At the end of the day, I don't have to go home with you and harping on what you don't like and how you feel. So yeah. So I'm not attached to anybody's feelings on how they feel. To me, it's unhealthy if you do attach yourself to everybody else's feelings. Well, I don't like him, and then good for you. And rightfully so, you are, you can feel that way. You have that right to have your own opinion and your own feelings. And that is that. And that's all. It's the bottom line. People got to learn to detach themselves from other people's feelings about things and opinions about things and not get yourself tied up in knots. You're going to make yourself sick and create diseases in you. That's how disease occurs. So, yeah, I thought that was really funny. And the guy, the buyer on the side, I don't think he was expecting me to say something like that. But yeah, I don't care. I really don't care. It's the gift, the thought of gifting an individual something that matters the most, that matters at all. If they don't like them, they can always liquidate the coin. That's the beauty of these coins. And yeah, but these are really nice. I really like this side here. This is really cool. But I think I pretty much rambled on here. I really like this one too. This one is so nice. I don't know anything about Bitcoin. I'm not invested in Bitcoin. I'm not familiar. I mean, I hear a lot about it. I see videos about Bitcoin, but I don't know enough to invest in Bitcoin. It goes up, it goes down. I've seen a lot happen with Bitcoin. This is very interesting. But you never know. Bitcoin might just be another currency of ours that would maybe be untouchable, that maybe you could attach gold and or silver to this, versus the dollar that is kind of pretty much worthless. I mean, I look at the dollar like it's just paper, basically. I'm just using it how everybody uses it, and I don't really attach any value to it, except that everybody believes that it's really valuable. But to me, in my own humble opinion, it really has lost its value. And once they traded, they changed over to the dollar, that really has no backing. And in my humble opinion, I think the dollar is backed only by debt. So once people start waking up to the useless dollar, oh gosh, that'll be something to watch and pay attention to. And by then, I don't know, everybody might be just totally diving into the metals, but the metals will probably become very sparse, very scarce. They'll probably be gobbling up copper, silver, gold, if there's anything available and left. But yeah, so this is my copper and silver collection that I picked up from the coin show here yesterday. It was this past weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I went there and very interesting. Spoke to a lot of people, buyers as well, seeing what they were interested in and what they were collecting and why they were collecting things. A lot of people selling their gold jewelry, I noticed as well. A few of them were selling coins, not very much. The ones that were not educated as much in the metals were selling their coins. That's another thing that I also noticed. They were not aware of exactly what they had, be it in silver, copper, or whatever other metals that they had, because the dealers were explaining to them exactly what they had, so they didn't know. They just wanted to dump their metals in exchange for the cash, which is cool. Nothing wrong with that. A lot of people do that. And so it's interesting watching how that was going on there. I had kind of fun. I did see my coin dealer there, and I did check out his stuff. I think he sold a lot of stuff over the weekend. But I noticed that his stuff was pretty high, versus walking around checking out other dealers, checking out the metals that they had, the varieties and everything, the layout and whatnot. Yeah, I noticed that he had his coins were like slightly higher. Like for this one, he didn't have any Trumps either. But the Trump coin here that I got it for a great deal. It was $35, but since I bought a stack of them, the dealer gave me a break in that stack, so I paid like $34, which isn't too bad. It's not too bad. $3, I believe, over spot, 3 to 4 ish over spot. So, the thing with shows is you gotta ask. So what I did was, okay, what kind of deal can you give me if I take all of that? If I take a stack of that or a stack of this, and then he'll calculate. He'll be like, oh, they're thinking it's the last day and I want to get rid of these stuff. And so, that's the perfect time, the last day. Although you might be limited in what they have left if you go the last day, I think it's good to go all 3 days. I didn't go all 3 days. I did go 2 days. I went yesterday, checked out the pricing, did, see what was there, and was wondering if they would bring more in for the next day and stuff. So yeah, so he ended up giving me a great deal on these silver coins. So I was really happy. I was really, really satisfied. They didn't even come in a tube, so I asked him, can you throw a tube in with that as well? And so he threw a tube in as well. So it doesn't hurt to ask for deals. I saw one guy the other day, when I was looking at these that particular dealer had that I got it from, and the guy asked him, oh, would you take 3 for $100? And the dealer said no. And I'm thinking in my mind, dude, you need to buy more to get a good deal. You can't just take 3. 3 ain't gonna cut it. but, he said, sorry, no, I won't do that. And so, in my mind, I was like calculating in my head when I got back home and, remembering going over all the vendors that I went through. And, I told my hubby, I said, yep, take me there, drop me off this time. You don't have to come with me, just drop me off. I know exactly where I'm going back and what to look for. So we did that. And, that's what I did. I said, can you take all of that out of your case? All of that out of your case? And then I told them, I looked at each and every one of them, which is in pretty good shape, not too bad. And I just asked them, so what kind of deal are you willing to give me if I take all of this? And they gave me a pretty good deal. In my humble opinion, that's a good deal for me because they're selling 1 ounce silvers really high here. $35 and up. Okay, despite the spot price, which is at $31. I think it's $30 right now. Yeah, so it was 31 something yesterday. So I think now it might be slightly lower. I have to double check on that. But yeah, I got really good deals here and I'm super stoked about it. So guys, this is about it. Hope you have a great week and a happy Veterans Day. Aloha.